GearNetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
So, Fatman.
So, Ryan.
I'm not Ryan.
So, Chip?
Chip's not here either.
So, I'm not even going to say his name. He's never even on the show. Hey, we're kicking it old school today?
Yeah, why don't we do that on the wrestling show? Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
This is The Fatman.
Welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. So, yeah, we're doing it old school style. Classic Sleazy and The Fatman for our, what is this, episode 260 now? Jesus Christ.
It's up there. I don't know.
I think it's 260 we're up to.
Cool.
Well, we don't really have anything to review. We could have reviewed No Surrender or whatever it's called. No, what is
A
that?
better show that was Elimination Chamber.
I wouldn't know. I didn't watch it.
I know, because you went and got your Asian fetish on.
Yep. Got to see Twice in Long Island.
Who?
Twice.
Who'd you see twice?
No, I only saw them once.
Wait, you saw Long Island twice?
No. The band's name is Twice. Their band's fans are named Once.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
And the tour's name was called Three because once, twice.
Actually, 1 plus twice is actually 12. American math. So that's preview a show.
Yeah, well, it's Korean, so I can't help you there.
Oh, you fucking North Korean piece of shit. I knew it.
South Korean. South.
Lies.
Hashtag Seoul.
All right, that's preview AEW Revolution.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So let's talk about the singles match for the AEW TBS Championship. Jade Cargill versus Ty Conte.
If Ty doesn't win, we riot?
How about this? Ty should win, but she won't, because they're pushing Jade to the fucking moon.
I think she's losing. I really do think she's losing.
I don't know. I just have this gut feeling that she's gonna keep it.
It's far enough away from what happened in the finals, so I think it's okay for her to lose it. Because I think that I think you're absolutely right. I think they're gonna push her to the moon. But I think her next step is Britt.
But they're both heels.
I know. Yeah, that's never happened before.
It is AEW. They don't know how to book.
I want to point out, in your beautiful show that you just watched, supposedly, called No Surrender, Eric Young, who is a heel, faced Jay White, who is also a heel.
Yeah.
So therefore, Impact can't book either. And I just want to point out...
Never said they could.
Okay, fair. I just want to point out that also, WWE, Seth Rollins, a heel, faced Roman Reigns, also a heel.
I never said they could book either. It's been we've been on the air 10 years bashing WWE booking.
I want to point out that in Ring of Honor, I can't come up with an example right now. I'm sure it's happened, but it's rare. But the point is that
you're wrong. The point is you're wrong.
Oh, God, here we fucking go.
Okay, so 6-man tornado tag team match, AHFO,
which is Hardy,
Latin Flair, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy, with Marquez Queen and Jose the assistant versus Darby Allin, Sting, and Sammy Guevara.
Why? I don't get it. Whatever. This is the beginnings of that trios title. Here it comes.
It won't be called the trios title. It'll be called the 6-man title, but it's AEW, so it'll be called the trios title.
No. You know what it's going to be called, right?
Wait. Hold on. Let me think about this.
Come on.
The YouTube champion.
Thank you! Thank you! know they're going to call it that or some derivative of that, I guess. And don't get me wrong, that's not a bad idea. It's just, I don't know. We'll talk about the whole Tony Khan thing later, I'm sure, but.
And then we go from a 6-man tornado tag team match to a 3-way tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team titles. Jurassic Express with Christian Cage versus Red Dragon versus to be determined, because they're not going to find out till I think either. Well, you guys should know by the time this airs, but we don't know as of right now
because they're figuring it out on Wednesday, right?
Either Wednesday or Friday. Hold on, let me take a look.
I don't even know.
Their opponents will be determined by a tag team battle royal and a casino tag royal on the March 1st episode,
which is
today. Today's March 1st, so it's got to be tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Sure. Okay. ...
That's what it says here. Jurassic Express retains, I think, or they're giving it to Red Dragon.
I would hope they give it to Red Dragon, but the smart move is to keep it on Jurassic Express.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yep.
But I would love to see Red Dragon hold it. But that's just me. Or they have some random tag team debut, like some 2 random wrestlers thrown together.
Yeah. I don't even have a clue on who it's going to be honest. Like, I just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm at the point where it's like, who cares at this point? Their tag division's supposed to be the top, division of all of professional wrestling. And not really right now. I mean, at least with the titles.
To be fair, it kind of is, but by default.
because the Usos haven't lost a match in years.
Tag team wrestling has kind of been down across all promotions.
That's true.
So, yes, the Usos go out there and have a good match with anyone, but that's about it with WWE side.
Right.
Like, so, I mean, it's... yeah. So, to be fair, AEW does have the best tag team division, but it's not great by any means, but it's also not terrible.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, okay.
Daniel Bryanson versus Dean John Ambrose Moxley.
Oh, God, my head hurts. So if, win or lose, Moxley's joining Bryan, right? That's kind of where they're going with this, right? I guess, right?
And them tagging together, yeah.
Yeah. So they tag together.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to have this match open the show. Doesn't matter who wins. They're going to be the fucking third team, and then they're going to win the tag titles.
That's very WWE booking.
Yeah. But that's not going to happen. I think Moxley wins.
I actually don't believe Moxley's going to win. I think he's going to bleed. I think well, yeah, right? Sleazy's going to sleazy. Sky's blue. John Moxley will bleed in a match. But no, I think they're just going further along the storyline, and I think the correct decision, in my opinion, with the way they made the story, is that Moxley has to lose here.
Okay.
But you could make an argument for either one.
To be honest, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You're right.
I just think this is really weird to say to me. Moxley needs to win more, even though he's been a former world champion there. And
for how long?
Yeah, so to me, it just feels like he needs to win more, but it doesn't matter.
In the grand scheme of things, you're right.
I'm just hoping for a great match.
Which you'll get.
So this is... Actually, I think this is Sunday.
Is it Sunday? I keep thinking it's Saturday for some reason.
Because, yeah, I'm going to look it up. I think it's... I normally do this before we fucking talk about the preview.
What?
It is Sunday, March 6th, from the, if I can read, Editon Financial Arena in Orlando, Florida.
Cool.
At the University of Central Florida, I think it is, and...
UCF?
Yep. And I think it only holds about 10,000 people.
So, to give you an idea... Oh, by the way, we'll talk about that after. Never mind.
Okay. Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston.
Kingston has to win.
As much as I think Eddie Kingston is the king of the 2-star match, yes, he has to win. He should have beat Punk, and he should beat Jericho.
Right. So if he doesn't win here, what's left? What's left?
Nothing.
Really?
Out of how I said Moxley needs to win, Kingston needs to win.
He hasn't been relevant in so long. He hasn't been relevant since the stupid exploding ring match.
At last year's, I think, Revolution.
Yeah.
He needs to win. 100% needs to win.
Yeah.
Okay. Face of the Revolution ladder match for a future AEW TNT Championship match. Whoa, a mid-card. Let's have a ladder match for a mid-card title.
Not even for the mid-card title. A chance for the mid-card title.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Keith Lee versus Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Sparks versus Orange Cassidy versus to be determined Claudio Castagnoli.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
We'll talk about Cesaro later, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I really believe that they'll just put somebody that's on the roster. It doesn't make any sense to.
They've done it before.
Oh yeah, that's how Cage came in.
Yeah,
and
he won it, had one match, and now he's like stuck there because he won't get released from his contract.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because the man can go. I think they're going to give it to Keith Lee.
So do I.
Just not because I don't think Powerhouse Hobbs isn't going to be a fucking main eventer soon, but I think that they're going to try and do something similar to what they did with Cage, is that they push him to the moon really quickly. He loses one important match and then he relegates himself to the mid card for a while.
I mean, this is the mid card.
I mean, I don't even think he's going to get up that high. Although, to be fair, who's the AEW champion?
Adam Page.
Okay, who's the TNT champion?
Isn't Sammy Guevara?
Yeah. Who's had more clout since they won the title? Who's been more in the thick of things? Which has had more prestige lately?
Samuel.
Yeah. So, who's in the mid card again?
Sammy Guevara.
So,
AEW World Women's Championship. Dr. Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa.
I want Thunder Rosa to win. They'll absolutely keep it on Britt. I'm trying to figure out who's going to dethrone Britt, and I can't even think of anybody on their roster right now.
I think they're gonna. It depends on which. I think the TBS Championship's going on first, or the first of the two women's matches.
Yeah.
If Ty Conte wins, Britt Baker retains.
Okay.
If Jade wins, there's more of a chance for Thunder Rosa to win? No. Wrong. Sorry. My bad. If Ty Conte wins, Thunder Rosa wins. Because that will free up Jade to feud with Thunder Rosa.
Right.
But if Jade wins, I think Britt Baker.
I think part of the reason why I think they're going to slap the title on Tay is to have that Tay, Sammy, both of them with titles. And what a better set of titles than the TBS title and the TNT title on the two of them.
Yeah, but they're not together storyline-wise.
They're not together storyline-wise, but AEW hasn't really played that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They tend to be very open with shit like that. And I think it's fine if you do it that way. I really do. Yeah, I know you once again, well, shock of shocks, you disagree.
WWE kind of did it with freaking Rollins and Becky Lynch, so.
Yeah.
And I still didn't like it then.
Yeah.
But they could, if they somehow become, what the hell are you doing, Kat? If they somehow become, like, put together on TV, I'll be fine with it.
I think they will.
I don't think they will, but.
But you don't know. You don't know for sure. You don't know where their booking philosophy is going yet. So we'll figure it out. Go ahead.
Dog collar match. CM Punk versus MJF.
I'll tell you, the promos up to this have been fucking phenomenal. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think the match is going to be garbage.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. Mainly because, and with all due respect to MJF and all due respect to CM Punk, dog collar matches are usually garbage. It's a pain in the ass to work around. It's almost invariably something weird goes on. You're always trying to figure out where you have to be, why you have to do it. Things that you normally would do, you can't actually do anymore because of the dog collar. Excuse me. So you're constantly like, oh, I'm going to go to the top rope. Oh, no, I'm not. I got to do it from the inside. Or I got to make sure I go down through the right rope. And it's like, it's stupid. I hate these types of matches. Bull rope matches, same concept. You know, I just don't like them. And while I do have the utmost respect for the two guys in the ring, I don't think that this is going to turn out to be all that good.
I think it's going to be great. And I think the wrong kid is going to die in this match.
You think Punk's going over?
I think Punk's going over because MJF beat him earlier.
Right.
It's fucking weird how that cabinet get open. I just looked over and there's an open cabinet in my dining room and I'm like, how is that open? I haven't touched that in months. Anyway.
Today on the wrestling show,
there's
ghosts.
A ghost. Not be the first time.
Yep.
I think MJF should win, and I think the way he should win is, I know you hate this ref bump in a dog collar match, but then MJF takes off the dog collar, does some wacky shit to Punk, puts the dog collar back on in time for the referee to come to and wins.
Okay.
I mean, that's what should happen, but what's going to happen is MJF's going to beat Punk up for like 10 minutes and Punk's going to have to go to sleep.
Basically, yes.
I hope that's not what they do.
Well, here's the thing. I can't lose here. Either I'm wrong, it's going to be a great match, or I was right. So, I mean, you lose. You're wrong. Oh, I see what you mean. It's a great match, and you got entertained by it. Right.
Okay. AEW World Championship, Adam Page defends against Fat Adam Cole.
Okay, stop right there. You motherfucker.
I said that on purpose because Adam Cole's not fat. Like,
fucking rib me all day over this shit. God damn it.
Adam Cole's not fat, guys.
No, he's not.
He looks the same as he did in WWE. I don't know what the fuck everyone's problem is. Like,
marks are going to be assholes sometimes. They just are.
That's why they're called marks, not fans.
But as for this, do you see Adam Cole winning?
Yes, I do. It would be so AEW to have Adam Page chase the title for a year, win it, and then lose it at his first pay-per-view defense.
Right?
But you know me, I'm more for the money's being made when the babyface is chasing the champion.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's booking 101, yeah.
You got Adam Page's moment, and then have him be, after chasing for a year, what better storytelling is, he's the shortest reigning AEW champion. After chasing him for a year, he loses.
He finally gets one over, and then in his very first defense, he's screwed.
Yeah. I see it happening. This match can go either way. I'm picking Cole to win, but I won't be surprised if Page wins. Like, just because it is his first title defense, and AEW does have a history of having long world title reigns in their short history. So,
do you see a full-on, like a faction versus faction thing going on with this?
Yeah, I do. I see it.
So would it be easier for Page to lose here and then have the faction match, like be blood and guts or something, and then they retrace it and Page wins it back? Would he be the first two-time champion? No. Yes.
Yes, he would.
Yeah, he'd be the first two-time champion.
I don't see that happening though.
Because if you have Red Dragon win the tag straps, have Cole win the main title, then you could have basically. So the problem I've always had is outside of Brody, rest in peace, of course. The Dark Order's done nothing.
No.
I mean, literally nothing. And you've got one of the best tag teams of the last 10 years as basically their leaders. What the hell are you guys doing?
Mordecai Black and Brody King should be in that group, leading that group. But
to an extent, I agree with you because they're actually, and I understand why they don't pull the trigger on that as well, because look at the connotation of it.
Right.
So I get that, but there needs to be here's the problem is you need to find a way to rehabilitate the group. Having a faction war with quite possibly one of the best factions of the last 5 years in the Undisputed Era could do a lot to rehabilitate them. They need to have that moment of, okay, we're back. We're fucking monsters now. And having the Super Smash Brothers win the tag titles and having Adam Page win it back, being fully integrated into the Dark Order would probably help them.
Yeah, I agree.
So for the show itself, I think it's going to be a really banger show, but there's many places where it could be a mess.
So an AEW show where you're looking
at basically an AEW show. This
could be really good, but then it's going to be one of those shows where you're just like,
really?
That match was that match was really good. That match was overrated. Fuck Dave Meltzer. Like,
yeah, for sure.
And we won't have Meltzer star ratings next week because the show's on Sunday and we're taping Tuesday. So,
well, we'll circle back the following week for sure because I always want to hear Meltzer's ratings because it's always the bullshit of him sucking dick. And it's always so bad.
No Bucks or Mega on this show.
That's all. I was going to say that too. That's kind of an interesting thing because outside of them, is this the first show that not a single original vice president's on the show?
Yep.
Wow. It's interesting. So did you, we're gonna, talk about how Cody Rhodes was in the Rumble again, please? Or how he's going to WWE? Or all that fun shit? No?
You said you wanted to talk about something.
Oh, we'll catch it in the break or after the break. So we'll come back to you after this. Okay, so we're back. One of the things I wanted to talk about, this is the fucking most ridiculous thing I've probably heard in a long time. But if done correctly, it will make a shit ton of money and it will be a lot of indie promotions will be copying it. So, the new promotion that was with EC3 and Adam Scherr called Control Your Narrative or whatever they're calling it?
Yep.
So I heard a story today. Now, first of all, one of the first things that you know that there's already going to be problems is what was one of their first quote unquote signings?
Austin Aries.
God damn it. What the fuck? Seriously. That's never a good sign. Okay. But one of the things that you can do at their first show, you can get a VIP pass. And this VIP pass allows you to choose a member of their roster. And for 3 minutes, you get to sit in a room with them and berate them. And they can't do shit to you. Please, Fat Man.
I don't like it. Yes, it is a money-making thing, but there's so many downfalls that this could possibly be. Like they say you can't do shit to them. What if you say something that just sets them off? You're in a room with them. They'll beat the fuck out of you. Like, yes, there's lawsuits, but I understand the whole premise of it. They can't do anything about it. But there's going to be a day where you catch these guys on the wrong fucking day. Everyone has their bad days. Yeah. So, also, what if some fucking sleazebag Mark picks a female to do this with? And then, you know where I'm going with this. Just be the creepiest fucking person for 3 minutes, and apparently they can't do anything about it. I just don't see this working. Here, unless they have somebody else in the room.
I'm sure there's going to be somebody else in there.
Like security in there with them. You know what I mean?
But I'm sure that's happening. But
you never know with these fucking companies.
Yeah,
though.
that's true. It is a new company.
So that's my only thing about it is it's not a bad idea, but personally, I don't think it's worth the risk that it could possibly take.
It's a hard line to walk. I will agree with that.
Especially in the first session, somebody fucking spouts their fucking mouth off, and then one of the wrestlers decks them. Your first fucking show, before your first show, you already have a lawsuit, and you don't, and that there's going to be no more promotion at all. They're done. That promotion's done. First show.
Yeah.
So
you're talking like this is going to be a long-term company. That's my favorite part about this.
Well,
you're acting like there won't be a second show after this potential incident, when in reality there probably won't be a second show, period, because it's a fucking stupid idea.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't like it.
And don't get me wrong, I like EC3. I do like a lot of the guys that they're bringing in for this, but this just has bad idea written all over it. I think that done in a correct fashion, there could be a lot of money to be made out of that, especially if you can say, okay, you want to talk shit to Adam Scherr for 3 minutes, $400.
Record it.
And record it for posterity's sake.
There you go. That's the way you get around it. You can record it, and you cutting a promo on them, and you can show every one of your friends. That's the way you get around it.
Yeah. That is like...
You have like a fake interviewer back there with a mic, like old school, one person on the left, one person on the right, with a guy in a microphone in the middle with a video camera, and then you record. That's how you do that. That's how they should do that.
They might do that, because this just came out like a couple of days ago. Well, when you guys hear this, about a week ago.
And $400? Fuck you.
Yeah, right?
$50, I'll fucking do that. $400 for 3 minutes? Fuck you.
Okay, I'll give you $100 a minute.
Their ticket is even worth $50.
Of course not. And neither is this. But people will come out for the right price. And I think that right price is...
Everybody has a price.
Really? I mean, why... Don't forget, former WWE superstar EC3. Former WWE superstar Numbnuts. What's that?
I don't know if you're talking about Braun Strowman or Austin Aries.
I was going to say asshole for Austin Aries, but yes, you're correct. I can't even remember who else they brought in.
All I know is those three names.
But yeah, but the key thing is that those are big stars. They may not be like super current stars, but they're current stars. You know, so they're going to command the money, and I'm not sure they're not going to walk away with a big fat roll when it's over. But in the same breath, I also think that this concept, the promotion itself, is doomed to failure. So, okay. And I'm going to say it in the same fucking realm as Terminus is doomed for failure. So I don't see, there's too many promotions already by guys that really know what they're doing. So to have two more promotions like this hosted by guys that with all due respect to Grisham, with all due respect to, once again, to EC3 and all those guys, they're wrestlers, they're workers, not promoters. And if you want to listen to why that doesn't always work, listen to Rediscovering the Indies. Quick plug for them. Their Turnbuckle Championship Wrestling that Dusty Rhodes did in 99.
Yeah, I'm a couple episodes behind on them, but they're a great group of guys.
Yes, they are. Friend of the show, Chris Gullo's on it.
So by the time this episode comes out, we would know what Tony Khan's big announcement will be that will change the landscape of professional wrestling forever.
What do you think it is?
Besides from Shane McMahon showing up, nothing's going to even matter. He's going to be, I honestly don't know what it is. It's not getting me hyped for it. Like, it's not, I mean, I go to bed at like fucking 7:30 now, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
But like, I'm an old man. But that's what I'm thinking it is. I'm thinking it's Shane McMahon. For some reason, that's what I'm thinking it is. And it will be huge. It won't pop a rating then because he's been saying this shit for saying the same thing. Oh, there's a major announcement on Wednesday. Tune in. He's a Dixie Carter now.
Okay, first of all, I have to sit here and defend that because with all due respect to that, TNA has been around longer than WCW and ECW.
It's not because of major announcement. It's because they found a sucker to buy the fucking company.
Maybe so, but they've been around longer. And you have to put some well, you still have to put some respect on that. They tried
respect on that, but it's not because of that.
No.
That's what I'm thinking it is. If it's anything short of that, it's going to be like, who cares?
I think it's completely different than that.
You think they're like going to like UK or something like that?
I think that they're trying a worldwide deal. And I think more importantly, I think they're going to have another TV deal that's outside the country.
Oh, like an international deal?
Mm-hmm. An international TV deal for,
where? They already have it in Canada. They have it in the UK.
I'm thinking
Australia?
India.
If India?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, good. They're making more money.
Yeah. He made a point in saying it was a business related thing. And
Cody Rhodes shows back up. Then Sleazy will be like, I was right. It was all a work.
Yeah. Well,
I was finally right after 10 years.
After 10 years of the show, I'm finally free. No, I think it's going to be some sort of either touring deal or TV deal. And my first thought is deal in India because that's a huge fucking market that even WWE hasn't tapped well enough. And I think they would be a great promotion to tour there. There's a lot of guys on their roster that would love to go over there. And some of them that have before, like Danielson. So to get deep into that marketplace, I'd be all for it.
And you're going to shit at me for saying this. It's a big deal. But it's not like a major important deal for me.
No, it's not.
Like
you're absolutely right.
Like you're going to say it's a major that's going to change the landscape of wrestling. Them going to India isn't going to do that. It
makes them even more of a worldwide company.
Which is true, and it's a big deal, but it's like
don't
care. That's
Sleazy and the Fatman in upstate New York could give two shits less that AEW is going to India.
Affect me.
Right.
If you're going to make that announcement being it will change the landscape of wrestling, you're thinking is going to affect me somehow. Them going to India does not affect me one bit. Not one.
The only thing it would affect is their reach and therefore potentially.
It will help. Yes, it will help them, and that's fine.
Well, it will
create that.
It'll create more revenue, which means that the product will be better potentially. That it's a very roundabout way of thinking about it. Is that real? Is that tangible? No, it's not.
But I'm just like, if you're going to make an announcement like that, make me care for it. You know what I mean? That's my thing.
Yeah. And I get that. I agree with that. I understand that.
That would be my only thing. Like, we're going to the UK in September. Cool. I don't care. Why would I care?
There's a small subset of people that would care, but we are not that audience. That's the thing.
The small kind of people care will be in the UK.
Right. And at that point, you don't need to make it on a Dynamite.
You don't.
That is a press release.
Yep.
An hour before it airs live in UK.
Well, it's not an hour.
Well,
a couple months. Like, we're going to the UK for Dynamite, like in this,
right,
in September or something. Like,
right, but like during a press conference or a press release before,
right,
the show, not during the show or
right. Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
You don't spend time on your flagship show saying, "Yay, we're going to UK for a tour."
That's why I don't think they're going to do that. Like,
so here's the other thought.
Like, for some reason in my brain, they're having Shane McMahon on that show. I don't know why.
Okay,
that's the thing that's implanted in my brain. Going, but again, once that doesn't happen, if it doesn't happen,
it's going to be disappointing.
It's going to be disappointing. So I think anything that they're going to say will disappoint me. Now that it's bad, that's a bad thing. That's a bad announcement. It's just cool. I hope if it is Shane McMahon, I hope he'll be the next VP. He'll take Cody's spot. Like he'll be an on-air figure, but he'll wrestle once or twice, whatever, because he's Shane McMahon. He's going to. But I don't. Now here's an idea that just popped in my head.
I know what my idea is.
What if it's a working relationship with WWE?
I think it's in the same realm but different. I think
it's a working relationship with Stardom because you're a mark.
No, I think they're going to buy Impact.
I don't.
And there's a reason why I say that. There's got to be a reason why, from a business perspective, it makes sense. Because if you buy them but don't like merge them, you could have a lot of different things go on that would help them a lot in markets that they don't have footholds in. And it would fall in the territory of, yeah, that's a big ass announcement. The other possibility is that they buy the IP and effectively what's left of Ring of Honor.
That's more plausible than buying Impact.
The problem with that is there's too much entanglement with Ring of Honor and Impact right now. So it would be hard to, because as we're probably not going to review the show this week, probably not next week or ever. But spoiler, Eddie Edwards joined Honor No More, and they're continuing on with the angle. So to have all those guys in there and all those, with some of them being signed to Impact no less, is going to be a big problem if they decide that, oh yeah, we're gonna buy up Ring of Honor, we're gonna buy up all these, we're basically going to relaunch it as its own entity. It's going to be kind of weird.
The one thing I really don't think that's going to happen is, well, might, as Ring of Honor already announces dates.
Yeah.
For shows. So I'm sorry, old man. So you're just saying that they're just going to buy and then just let them run shows by themselves?
Yes. Have Kerry Silken be there as the...
will solve their bloated roster problem.
Yes. Because you can send guys immediately over there.
Because, let's face it, AEW is doing what WWE did and just signing everyone they can.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have a huge bloated roster.
Yeah.
So it will solve that problem. I don't think that's what's going to happen.
Those are the three things that could it possibly be that would be really truly groundbreaking.
Right.
Can you think of anything else that it could be? Four, because of the working relationship thing.
Yeah.
Could it? Because working relationship with New Japan doesn't mean anything because they've already had that.
Yep.
Working relationship with pretty much anybody else other than WWE has already happened via the Forbidden Door. So that's not big news. So what else could it be? They just renewed their TV deal. It's extended till 2023. So are they claiming that they're going to get a new 5-year deal? Is that where they're going? Again,
why broadcast that on TV? That's a press release thing.
Right.
Like, I don't, by the time this episode airs, you'll know if we're right or wrong.
Yeah, we'll probably be fucking live tweeting it when our show comes out going, oh shit, we were fucking wrong, weren't we? Ha ha ha. I'll do a TikTok about it and no one will care. What else do we have for news and rumors?
Okay. Let's see here. Well, Cesaro quietly left WWE.
Very quietly.
But on good terms, I hear. My sources told
Your sources indicate
that he left on good terms.
Tell Chip hi for me, please.
Chip's ain't my source. Mark's aren't my sources. I have legit sources within WWE.
Okay, cool.
They're called dirt sheets.
Right.
And my dirt sheets, they're sources. But technically, my sources are dirt sheets.
So they are your sources.
They are my sources.
Goddamn. What a journalist over here.
I am.
Everyone and their brother's like, why the fuck is he not signing to AEW yesterday? And my answer is this. A, you probably could take some time off. B, he's fucking gamer and a half. He'll be just fine doing a shit ton of streaming and making a shit ton of money from it. Number 3, 3 out of the 4, the party is gone. Only Woods is left. Come on, you guys. One more run. One more reunion.
Johnny Gargano is now taking bookings. So, apparently he didn't sign with WWE.
Hang on. I need to go call somebody. Moose!
Johnny Moose. WWE apparently at WrestleMania is going to unify the 2 world titles to make one world champion.
Oh, God.
But then create a new world championship after WrestleMania?
What the fuck?
So why fucking unify them?
Because no one liked the word Universal Champion. I guarantee you that they wanted to get rid of that branding.
They weren't selling enough toys.
Change the belt, call it a day. Now $350 belts are gone.
WWE Championship and the Universal Championship are the exact same belt design.
The only difference is color. Yeah, 100% agree.
That's why they ain't selling, because they're the exact same design. You can have it in black, red, or fucking blue.
Yeah.
Do a different belt design. Or just should never have had the Universal title look like that.
Really?
Okay.
No shit.
Apparently Elias is in creative purgatory.
No shit.
You keep saying no shit a lot.
No shit.
WWE, I know we talked about this a while ago, how about the UFC 276 is going to be in Las Vegas on July 2nd, which is what WWE wanted to run Money in the Bank in Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. WWE is still going to run July 2nd for Money in the Bank. They're going to try to start it early enough to where literally you can just walk across the street, apparently, is where the T-Mobile Arena is.
It's a little bit further than a walk, but you could walk it, yeah. But it's July. No one wants to walk that. In Vegas? Are you fucking kidding me?
I haven't been to Vegas at night, so
still.
Not sure. Diener signs a new contract with Impact. I don't really want to do the bit today because
you don't care enough.
Not with him. Speaking of Vegas, Double or Nothing will be Sunday, May 29th at T-Mobile Arena and not the MGM Grand.
I mean,
they
fuck
said
the
that
MGM Grand.
They want to run a bigger arena.
Cool.
And I'm like, don't they hold the same amount of seats?
I think T-Mobile is a little bit bigger.
Okay, you look that up while I do this. Moose.
iPhone. Sorry.
Thank you. Jesus fucking Christ.
Sorry. I was looking up the fucking T-Mobile Arena.
Apparently has a torn labrum. He's going to try to work through it. But Sleazy.
Yes.
Do you know?
Yes.
Who he's going to defend the Impact World Championship to Saturday night? Tonight when this airs.
Ooh.
At Sacrifice.
Please, I hope it's Scott Steiner.
No. Your dream may come true. It's going to be Heath.
Wait, really? Oh, somebody. Okay. Calling all fucking marks. I need you guys to get involved in the match. Shoot. And make sure Moose is so fucked up that they have to pull the audible and make Heath world champion. And then 3MB will be complete.
You should see Sleazy's face right now. I think he just orgasmed.
It was beyond an orgasm, I'll tell you. It was euphoria. By the way, T-Mobile Arena holds 20,000 people.
So it is bigger than MGM Grand. WWE and A&E announced a multi-year expansion of their successful programming partnership with the commissioning of more than 130 new hours of premier WWE themed series and specials that are exclusively on A&E platforms and be distributed worldwide by A&E Networks. The multiple platform partnership includes 35 new episodes of the genre-defining Emmy Award-winning series Biography, featuring documentaries on legends of WWE. Last year's Biography, WWE Legends episodes drove Biography to become A&E's most-watched series in 2021.
Wow.
WWE is also beginning production on 24 new episodes of the original series WWE Most Wanted Treasures, which will air over multiple seasons. The first season of WWE Multiple Treasures was A&E's most watched new series of the year. AEW has also ordered 40 hours of a new series, WWE Rivals, working title, will chronicle a little known stories behind the biggest clashes in WWE history. The episodes will include revolutionary insight from those who were in part of the rivalries that often extended further beyond the ring and the cameras. Additional hours of original programming are currently in development as well.
It's no secret that one of my favorite things is seeing behind the scenes stuff when it comes to WWE, because a lot of it's usually so pulled in. So hearing a lot of these stories is always going to be great for me. But at the end of the day, a lot of that stuff is so sanitized because WWE usually has such a stranglehold on it that you usually can't get much more than what you already know.
Right.
So, but that being said, it's great that A&E is seeing the value in WWE's intellectual property, and therefore it's becoming more and more into the popular culture once again, because when WWE does well, that means the indies do well. And when the indies do well, that means everyone's got a better job. So,
unless you're not trained right.
Unless you're not trained right. By the way, MGM Grad only holds 16,800.
As reported, there was a shooting near San Jose, California on Monday, and San Jose police said Cain Velasquez was involved.
Wait a second. WWE superstar.
Well, not. Former WWE superstar.
Okay, fine. Former WWE.
The shooting happened around 3:14 local time in Morgan Hill near Monterey Highway and Bailey Avenue. Police would not confirm Cain's involvement in the incident, but one man was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and another man was arrested. Court records reveal that Cain Velasquez was in the Santa Clara County Jail with no bond, but no other details were available at this time. According to TMZ, Velasquez has been arrested and booked on an attempted murder charge.
That's not some, he had a little pot on him. Attempted fucking murder.
Police confirmed that he was the suspect in the alleged shooting incident. The motive and circumstances around this incident are still under investigation at this time, the police said. Details of the incident has not been released, but the 39-year-old Velasquez was involved in the shooting that happened near a high school on Monday. Jail records show that Velasquez is still being held without bond. His court date was scheduled for Wednesday at noon.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's now going to be persona non grata in WWE for a while. If he gets acquitted, the fucking nuclear heat. They won't touch it for a while.
Speaking of arrests,
what did Alberto Del Rio do again?
No, Sonny got arrested again.
Oh, damn it! I had two choices.
Oh, God. This is the second time she was arrested in 2022 already, and this was in February, technically. She was arrested for operating under the influence of liquor or drugs.
No shit.
Driving after driver's license registration suspended or revoked. Careless driving, likely to endanger person or property. Reckless driving. Failure to wear steer equipment. It's got to be seatbelt. Responsible driver. Driving without a license. Failure to possess a driver's license. Failure to possess driving registration. Failure to possess an insurance card. Failure to install interlock or drive a car without an interlock. Operating a motor vehicle with a suspended license. That's your second violation.
I ran out of fucking fingers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep.
Jesus Christ. God damn it. I don't even know what to say. What state was this again? New
I
Jersey?
think it was New Jersey.
Well, the good news is the ladies over in Newark, New Jersey, they're gonna love having her in the fucking cell with them.
She'd be like, "Wake up, bitch! We're gonna play house. You want to be the man or the wife?" She'd be like, "I want to be the man," and the other person's gonna go, "Good, now get down here and suck your wife's dick."
Oh my goodness!
Apparently, Vince McMahon's gonna wrestle at WrestleMania.
No, he's not. I will bet you $1 that he doesn't take more than 2 bumps.
According to
Fuck Dave Meltzer. Oh wow! There's nobody else here. That sucks.
46-year-old Vince McMahon expected to be involved in a storyline with SmackDown announcer Pat McAfee leading up to WrestleMania 38, and there will most likely, quote unquote, be a match. Vince is scheduled to appear on the Pat McAfee show, which he already did, to kick off the storyline. The match is listed on the internal match schedule for WrestleMania. Fuck Dave Meltzer reports that the bout will be a complete smoke and mirrors match. So expect some outside interference and other things to cut down on how many bumps McMahon takes. Vince hasn't wrestled over a decade, and it's been several years since he's taken a bump. If Vince actually has a match, it'll be his first one since he competed against CM Punk during an episode of Raw in 2012. According to
Fuck Dave Meltzer.
WWE still has around 20,000 unsold tickets available for each night of WrestleMania. That's why Vince decides that he needs to wrestle to get as many big names on the event as possible.
Such big names as the commentator for SmackDown, who's on every week, and Vince McMahon, who's part of the storyline with Austin Theory, so he's on TV right now every week. Am I missing something here?
It's got to be Theory versus McAfee.
Yeah, it has to be. Even if it's like Vince versus Pat, but last second he goes, ha ha ha, you're an idiot. Here's Austin Theory. You know,
right.
I don't understand why they're doing this other than to get Theory over maybe, but there's no possible way that they think that's going to make, I hate to say it this way, it's not going to move the needle, so to speak. Right? Even if they go through with the match and have Vince bump around for Pat for 10 minutes.
What's the end game?
Yeah, there is.
What is the end game?
I don't get it.
If the end game is just to get Vince on the card, you don't need him to wrestle.
Right. He can just be in Austin's corner.
So even if, say, Vince and Pat do happen, again, what's the end game? Pat McAfee gets his comeuppance on Vince, and then he just goes to work for the guy still? Like, there's no logical explanation. With Austin Theory, there is still no logical explanation. Like, you're just getting Theory on the card in a, quote, high-profile match with Vince in his corner to get him the rub to beat an announcer?
And the angles kind of rushed anyway. I mean, yeah. Oh, by the way, he's going to show up on Pat's show? What? It came out of left field, and it just doesn't seem like I don't want to say it's not a good idea, but it's definitely a strange one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, I got one more. WWE and On Location, a leader in the premier experiential hospitality business, today announced an exclusive multi-year partnership that will deliver world-class experiences to WWE fans. The new partnership will provide fans with hospitality packages to all WWE's big events, including WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, and Money in the Bank. So technically now it's confirmed Money in the Bank's a big five.
Okay.
The first package will go on sale today, which was actually February 24th at noon for Money in the Bank at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. A WWE exclusive hospitality provider for premium live events, On Location will create best-in-class, elevate offerings to give WWE fans an unforgettable experience from the moment of purchase. And all exclusive ticket and travel packages will include premier seating, premier hospitality offerings, and meet and greets with WWE superstars and legends. quote, On Location has an incredible track record of creating memorable experiences around the biggest events in sports and entertainment. Says some guy, I'm not going to even try to pronounce his name. WWE believes that he's just a representative. He's a senior vice president of revenue strategy and development.
Cool.
WWE believes this partnership will set a new standard for WWE hospitality and furthers our commitment to provide our fans with world-class amenities at WWE's premier live events.
You know why I think they're doing this?
Because CYN is all like, come at me, bro. And WWE's like, we can't have that. So we're going to kill him with kindness. And to make more money. It's always about making more money.
It is always about making more money. And yes, you're absolutely right about that. I think it's one of the things that I like to hear about it is what types, how do you purchase this is what I want to know.
I think you just go to like WWE.com and they'll probably have like VIP like hospitality travel packages, hospitality packages. I just turned my tablet off, or else I would have fucking just went right to their website and looked it up.
It's fine. I guess my point is that is this a way for WWE to cash in on the fact that not a single ticket these days goes for face value anymore?
Maybe. But I don't think it's a bad idea because you get a travel package, you get a premium seat, you get a meet and greet. Like, those are only things you got at WrestleMania. Now you're getting them for 5 events.
Which is great. I'm not saying it's not an amazing idea.
But I think you're right. It gives them, because you know what's happening when those tickets first go on sale, the people, and we talked about this before, bots eat up the tickets and then they sell them.
Well, it's the standing
third-party sites.
The standing joke is Ticketmaster themselves are buying them up and then reselling them on their own on their own fucking marketplace.
It ain't a joke because they've proven to do it.
Yeah, that's not a rib. That's actually happening. But here's a great example of this. So we alluded to it before, and I know Fatman's not a fan of K-pop by any stretch of the imagination. But it exemplifies this point pretty well. So the face value of the ticket that I purchased for Twice this past weekend was $75. Okay. Now, keep in mind that Twice had 7 U.S. dates. 2 were in New York, 3 were in L.A. I think there was 1 in Georgia and 1 in Texas somewhere. Why you'd have a K-pop girl group go into fucking Texas, I have no idea. That sounds stupid as hell, but whatever. What I paid for those tickets was $350 a piece. Huh. Now keep in mind, $350 a piece includes $110
in fees.
In Ticketmaster fees. So even if you take away from that, those face value of $75 tickets still cost me $240. And these were quote unquote verified resold tickets from Ticketmaster, which nobody knows where they came from. And everybody fucking knows that Ticketmaster was selling.
Ticketmaster.
Yeah. So some Ticketmaster shell bought them and is reselling them. So this is the greatest example of why it behooves WWE to be able to grab those premium seats, because at that point, those tickets could be worth $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 down like the front row or something. Because even when you get them out in face value, the bots buy them and immediately sell them back. So they could actually make more money by pulling them back, making them a premium package, and guaranteeing the best fans, the ones that want those experiences, to be able to get those tickets.
The highest price tickets are the ones that always go fastest.
Yeah.
And that is a great point by you. And in the past, I would say WWE doesn't care. They sold those tickets either way. They're getting the money either way. Who cares if someone resells them? Because about 60% of the time, I'm just guessing, they go for either the same value or less because they can't sell the tickets. But the exception to that rule is the highest price tickets. they will always be resold for a higher value and always will sell. You can buy $50 nosebleed seats and sell them for $75. People are going to buy them because, well, it's $75. That's not bad. But who cares? That's a $25 mark. You're making $25. Like, but those you can sell those. People are going to want that experience. Mm-hmm. And you're right. WWE is going to be like, well, if they're selling them secondhand for that price, why can't we?
Especially when we can give them value add.
Yeah, and give them value. Give them a meet and greet. Give them travel packages, which we probably stay up at a nice hotel. Probably give them a chauffeur to the fucking venue. WrestleMania will probably be access. They'll get tickets to like premium, like first in line to access or something like that for meet and greets. Like they'll give you value for it and still make that money. So yeah.
One of the other pieces of this, and I just want to throw this stat out there because I thought it was fucking ridiculous. When the two teams were finalized in the Super Bowl, do you remember what the cheapest ticket was on Ticketmaster?
It wasn't like $3,300 or something like that.
It was $5,922 was the cheapest one. Okay. And they were going for 60,000, 70,000, 80,000 ticket for close to the field near the 50-yard.
Now, as a casual, well, not a casual fan, I'm a hardcore sports fan. Why in God's name will you have Super Bowl tickets that high? There's two reasons why they were that high. One, the home team was there. The home team was in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Two, the market. It was in LA.
Yeah, absolutely. So you had all those big stars there. Everyone knew that Snoop and everybody was going to be there for the halftime show.
Yep.
That would have been worth it just for even if you weren't a huge fan of football, but were a huge fan of 90s rap. Holy shit. That's a fucking show. Even if it was 10 minutes long, it was a fucking show. So do I believe they were worth that? Absolutely not.
No.
But it shows where the market was. And you're going to see more and more of that as time progresses, especially with events like that, and especially with WWE events. And I think WWE is trying to get ahead of it by offering these premium tickets and these premium packages in such a way that they can't be resold.
Right. So, Rumble stadium show, WrestleMania 2-night stadium show, Money in the Bank stadium show, SummerSlam stadium show, Survivor Series, not a stadium show.
Because fuck Survivor Series.
And it's in Boston, so in November. So
holy shit. Yeah, no, thank you.
I mean, you could go to Syracuse.
Yeah,
they just put a brand new dome. They finally, this is the ironic part, the Carrier Dome, named after an air conditioning company, finally got air conditioning.
Right?
For the first time ever last year.
They still have that new structure because the original dome was falling in.
The original dome was what do they call it? Air supported?
Yeah.
It was an air supported, so this is now a fixed dome.
Yeah, because the reason why the air supported dome didn't work is because Syracuse gets on average 72 inches of snow a year.
Well, yeah, but I've never really heard of the Carrier Dome's roof being bad. Metrodome, the old Metrodome in Minneapolis, I heard was bad. I never really heard. I just think they wanted just a fixed roof.
No, there was an actual documentary out on it about how the roof was close to collapse. Yeah, because of all that. Because I
know they wanted to have a scoreboard hanging from the roof, but you can't do that in an air supported stadium.
Right. But that was a happy addition. That was part of it. But the reason why they replaced the roof was because the roof was not able to sustain, at least for a long term, the amount of snow that they were getting.
Well, I think that roof has been on there for about 40 years.
Yes.
So, but that's it. Paper toss.
Yeah, that's, I think there was some other minor thing I was going to say. Oh, the UBS Arena. I wanted to talk about that real quick.
Okay.
Fucking great. It's been open, 4 months? 5 months?
So, yeah, September, October.
Did they actually run Islander games in there yet?
Yeah.
I assume so, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking great arena. The chairs in there, fucking phenomenal. And it's actually really great setup for concerts. And also for wrestling too. So if you guys are in the Long Island area and you want to see a show and you're like, will it be okay? Absolutely go to this arena. If WWE runs it or AEW runs it.
Yeah, it's in Belmont. I think it's like halfway in Long Island.
It's an hour outside of
New York, yeah.
Of Manhattan.
Yeah, and then Nassau Coliseum, I think, was only about 25 minutes outside Manhattan or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So is that the old racetrack?
It's literally next door. It's in the same, so much so that this year's Belmont Stakes, they actually have to cut back on the people allowed to go into the Belmont Stakes because the arena is where a parking lot was.
Oh.
So, and by the way, $50 for event parking.
Doesn't surprise me.
Fuck me. But
you're the one that went down there to get your Asian fix on where you could have just Googled images.
I should have it would have been a lot cheaper. But, as always, you can find, I usually point to people with plugs and now nobody's here. It's just you and I. You can find our show as well as everybody else, as part of the Gear Network on gearnetwork.com. You can find our show wherever you get your wonderful podcasts, 8 a.m. every Saturday morning. But that's it for the show. So for Sleazy,
the Fat Man,
this is the Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer, fuck Kenny Omega, a hot dog's not a sandwich, and we're going to be totally wrong about what AEW's big announcement is.
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain in the game. The bloodshed in your name. When there's nothing to gain, I'm the world gone sad.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.